Well, hello there my friends, welcome back to the Scott Ree Project. Now today we are using some beautiful venison. Now what I want to show you is to make some venison turnovers. Basically it's a take on a pasty, a Cornish pasty. Believe it or not, Cornish pasties are actually protected, so unless you make them in Cornwall, you cannot call it a pasty. Anyway, we're not using the normal pastry, we're going to use puff pastry, and we're going to make a lovely filling out of all these ingredients. I mean, it seems a lot of ingredients, but it's really, really simple. We're going to make a mix, stuff it into our puff pastry, well, fold it into our puff pastry, get it in the oven, job's a good un. So, what have we got? Well, I've got 350 grams of beautiful venison. Now, I've used the knuckle or thick flank, or some of you guys in the US call it the football cut. Very small dice, that's what you want. I've got 350 grams of venison. I've got 200 grams of mushrooms, lovely mushrooms. These are portobello mushrooms. I've sliced them not too thickly. Then I've got one onion. Again, you're looking at the dice to be pretty much the same as the venison. So I've got one onion. In here in water, as you can see, is my potato. Again, you can see the size of the dice, keeping it pretty much the same. Then I've got 2 cloves of chopped garlic. I've got about 80ml, without spilling this, of red wine. And then at the back here, I've got some sage. I've got some oil and some butter to fry our onion in, some pepper, and I've got a little bit of thyme as well. And then in my pestle and mortar, I've got 5 juniper berries, which we're going to crush up. So the first thing we need to do then is move all these ingredients out of the way. We'll get our pan on, get some butter in, and start sweating down the onion. So in the pan with some butter, turn that down a bit. Oh, got some paper on there. And then a little bit of oil, just to stop that burning. I'm using cold pressed rapeseed oil. I'll just take that heat out of that as well. So in with our onions. Now, like I said, we don't want colour on this. We just want to sweat them down nice and gently. And with them being diced quite small, they won't take very long. So next, in with our shrooms. Now we want to sweat these down, get all the moisture out of these. I know it looks big at the moment, but they'll soon come down by about half. So nice and gentle. If you want to, add a bit more oil and let them do their thing. As you can see, they are coming down nicely. Just give it another minute or so, then we'll get in our garlic and then get in our red wine. And what we want to do, we want to put that red wine in and just reduce it, but we want to retain a little bit of the moisture so our turnover, not pasty, isn't dry. Looking good. So in with our 2 chopped cloves of garlic, just let that get to know it. The reason we put that in then is if we put it in at the start, the garlic will burn and turn bitter, and we don't want that. Not on my watch, baby. So yeah, nice and steady. And you can see those mushrooms now, they've almost halved. Absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to crank in some freshly ground black pepper, but I'll add the salt in a moment because we're going to add that wine and we will reduce it so we don't want to put our salt in and reduce that as well. So, perfect. Get our wine in. And we'll crank the heat up just a little. And like I said, we want to reduce that, just evaporate it. As you can see, the amount of liquid in the bottom, if we just move it to one side, we want that to go, but retain a bit of the moisture. Okay then, as you can see, we've evaporated most of that wine, but as you can see, it's still nice and moist, and that's what will give us a bit of a sauce. So what we need to do then is cool that down completely. Then we can mix it with our venison and our herbs. So in a bowl then, suitable, we're going to add our 350 grams of chopped venison. Just going to add just a bit of pepper in there, a bit of salt. I'm going to add a pinch of sage and literally a pinch of thyme. I'm going to give that a mix up. Then I'm just going to smash the bejesus out of my juniper berries. I'm going to get that in. So in with my juniper berries. I've got 5 there that I've crushed. You don't want no more than that. They're so fragrant, as you know. We don't want to overpower these beauties. We want to taste the venison. And that is our meat prepped. How easy is that? So my shrooms have cooled right down. I'm just going to give that a seasoning. Now if you're going to eat these cold, you need to just slightly over season them. Just going to gently just fold that through. That's a beautiful tasting mix on its own. Then into the meat. Every scrap, it's all gold. Now, I'm going to get my hands in, so don't panic. I know where I've been. So just gently pushing through it, giving it a good mix. Make sure it's all well mixed, and then we will get our potato in. In with our drained potato. These silver bowls play havoc with the lighting, but that is pretty much our mix to go in our pastry. What's not to like about that? Okay then, ready rolled pastry. Now there's several ways we can do this. You can make small ones, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make one biggish one. Let's get all that in there. And then 2 smaller ones. So that's quite a lot in there. Hopefully that will fold over. So I'm just going to get my egg wash, which I've used 1 beaten egg and an extra yolk. Give it one of them. Now the moment of truth is we'll put it over like that, and just, as you can see, look, a potato has just come out of that part. So we'll seal that up. Let's cut a bit of this off. So I'm going to make it quite rustic, and I'm just going to fold over this edge just to give it a good seal, and then secure that split. turn it round. Just with the edge of your knife, just go in, crimp it. Now the beauty of puff pastry is it's very forgiving. As long as we press that crimp in, it will seal. And I'm just going to put a hole in the top to let the steam escape. Give that an egg wash, ready to go in a really hot oven. Nice and rustic. You know, they said Michelin starred food. Like I say, this is real food. So that's ready to go on a tray. Now we'll make a couple of little ones. So if we just get a bit of that mix in the middle, then again the egg wash to glue it together. See, it hasn't got to be fussy, you know. Now these are absolutely loaded, so nice and gentle. The pastry doesn't like this heat of the lights. So what I'm going to do before I go any further is just get these on chill so they don't break open. Put some herbage on there. Okay then, my friends, so we've made our parcels, our turnovers, whatever you want to call them. We've egg washed them, we've put them in a hot oven, gas mark 7 for 15 minutes, then we turn it down to gas mark 3 for another hour, and then you are left with these. Just have a look at these beautiful things. So I've got 2 turnovers. I've got this is what I'm looking forward to as well, this beautiful parcel. Absolutely fantastic, and a big venison turnover there. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get one on there. Let's move that over here. Let's have a go, shall we? Just look at that. Oh. That is just, well, you can imagine. Well, I lost myself for a bit there. They are just absolutely beautiful and so simple to make. Just look at it. The onion, the venison, the mushroom, that red wine, kept it nice and moist. I'll tell you what, you've got to give these a go. They're absolutely superb. Got to be done. Bit of Coleman's. Give it a dip. They're just beautiful. Look at that. Well, my dear friends, I don't think I have to say any more. They are just stunning. So easy, so tasty. You can eat them hot, you can eat them cold, take them out shooting, take them out beating, take them out hunting, or just eat them any day. They're just amazing. So if you've liked what you're seeing here today on the SRP, please click subscribe when my face comes up down here. Also find me on my social media, on my Facebook 2 pages now, my friends. I'm up to the maximum of friends I can have. So click like and follow. That's my 2 pages, Scott Rea and the Scott Rea Project. Also on my Instagram at the Scott Rea Project. Also on my Twitter at the Scott Rea Project. And please do come over on the social media. You know, I put all kinds of things on there, little snippets of what I'm doing. And if you're feeling generous, please check out my Patreon page. But until next time, I mean, I don't need to sum this up. I think you can tell by the reaction. They are the dogs, danglers. Take care, my friends. See you soon. All the best. Maybe just one more. No one's looking.